Hello, good day and welcome multimedia practitioners, students, and creatives to Guided Visions. I'm your host, Shaina Lamoste. Join me as we explore the Philippines creative industry laws to help you be informed of what they are, why they are created, and how it can help you as a multimedia creative. Because in this fast-developing, resource-demanding, and very competitive industry, legal knowledge is an advantage. The laws that we will discuss in this series helps to protect you and your creative works and contribute to the development of multimedia arts and the creative industry as a whole. As stated in Section 18 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, our country's lawmakers have a mandate to create laws that promote the protection and development of the country's various industries, which includes the creative industry. To start this program, let me introduce a key concept that is very important in our industry: intellectual property. This is governed by the Republic Act numbering 8293, the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. Republic Act 8293, more popularly known as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, was drafted by the 10th Philippine Congress and signed to law by President Fidel V. Ramos in 1997, with the goal of protecting the rights of creatives and their works and promote the development of creative activity in the country. The law is divided into four key parts: the establishment of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, the law on patents, which governs invention and industrial design, the law on trademarks, service marks, and trade names, which governs branding, and the law on copyright, which governs artistic or creative works. For this episode, we'll only focus on parts 1 and 4, sections that are important in multimedia arts practice. Let's start with the first part, the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. Section 5 states that all intellectual property concerns shall be governed by the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, or the IPO. This office handles all application of intellectual property protection such as patents and trademarks, act as the legal arm of the government in resolving disputes arising from use or misuse of intellectual property, and cooperates with other government agencies and the private sector on efforts in protecting intellectual property and the entire creative industry. Moving forward, let's now proceed to something every multimedia practitioner should have knowledge about: the law on copyright. This part of RA 8293 covers rights protection for owners of all original works and derivative works. Original works consist of books, articles and other writings, newspapers and periodicals, lectures and speeches, dramatic and choreographic works, musical compositions, fine arts such as paintings and sculptures, architecture, character designs, photographic works, audiovisual works such as movies and TV programs, pictorial, illustrations and advertisements, computer programs, and any other creative works of literary, scholarly, scientific, and artistic purpose. While derivative works, from the word derive, consist of adaptations, collections, compilations, dramatizations, translations, and other forms of alterations or reorganization of original works. Let's proceed to copyright ownership. Ownership of copyrighted works depends on who or which entity created them. For example, you made this digital artwork. Since you created it, you are the copyright owner and are entitled to the control of rights to use your work. Hence the phrase, all rights reserved. Copyright owners both have economic and moral rights towards their work. Economic rights consist of control and compensation over the sale, distribution, and usage of the work, while moral rights consist of the author's ethical connection to the work and their rights to attribution and objection to any modification. You can always utilize copyrighted works as long as it is for personal and non-commercial use, meets the owner's or author's conditions for usage, or if it falls under fair use. And talking about fair use, Section 185 states that copyrighted works can be freely used for news reporting, criticism, teaching, research, and similar activities with the necessary attribution. Anyone that violates these rights by using works beyond fair use guidelines, refusing attribution, and illegally claiming someone else's works commits copyright infringement. And depending on the severity of the action in accordance to Section 216, is subject to fines, imprisonment, and remuneration of damages by the copyright owner. Ouch! You never want to be the one doing it. So, that leaves the question, what can we do to avoid potential infringements when we do our works? First, do your research. You need to make sure that you are not creating something identical to someone else's work. Second, understand the limitations of use. Check if it falls under fair use, read the license terms, and attribute or credit the author if necessary. Third, be as original as possible. You can be inspired by others, but at the end of the day, you are a multimedia creative, and your work will always be yours. It's time to bring out the artist in you. If you want to learn and discover more about Republic Act 8293, you can scan this QR code for a complete copy you can read anytime. I hope you all learned a lot about our intellectual property code in today's episode. Once again, I'm Shaina May Lamoste, and you are watching Guided Visions. I'll see you in the next episode.